Arrived back in Hanoi safe and sound at our hotel. Very unassuming looking place when you get to the area, even though all the reviews were excellent. And I was like, I'm more panicked about my wife thinks. But as soon as we walked in, there was no doubt. Going down these little back roads, and then suddenly, yeah, it's like literally a little area for hotels for the airport. And yeah, just, yep, they're literally on the runway. The planes are taking off right there along the side. You can hear them. And I just opened the map up even before I got here and looked, and there's a lot of greenery on the north side of the, whatever that is, dual carriageway motorway going into the airport. And I thought, okay, that's the place for me. Airport, planes. And went out on that main road there under the dual carriageway, the tunnel, and nothing, just your usual Siberian stone chats, feral pigeons, plain mooniers. What the hell was that? Oh, it's a little grasshopper. Yeah, a brief wagtail, fantail even, and lots of Chinese wagtails. And then, so I was going to aim for some greenery I saw on the south side of the dual carriageway, and then I saw this other tunnel here. So I came through here because I saw. I mean, look, this kind of thing isn't, as far as I'm concerned, isn't very good for bird watching. This kind of thing, when you see this open field or forests, ideally, this sort of stuff does well. Some trees, some bushes, some planted fields, lots of posts, trees over there, trees over, all different sizes, farms, yards, loads of stuff, channels of water. And this has been pretty good. I mean, at least I got one lifer as far as I know, some sort of drongo, shorter tail than the racket-tailed one I got in Kuala Lumpur. Went right up to the top. There were some, obviously domesticated, so they're not wild. I videoed them anyway. I'll find out what they're called. They must be the ones they serve as food over here. Very fancy looking geese. I was going to go left down this path, but I'd walked about 20 meters down. Sure enough, there were birds flitting around, but 3 dogs started barking. I went, just not worth the trouble. Even though here, everyone is super nice. Even though, you know, people in uniforms and police and all sorts, they kind of look at you a bit gruff and you walk to them, hey, and they go, oh, ah, you know, and then people beep to go when they go by you. I've had loads of pictures taken. I think they, like I said again, they might think you're some sort of, you know, documentary maker or something, and I'll find out who he is later, and then they'll be like, oh, it's just some cab driver. But yeah, the drongos, I didn't get much footage of them because close, it was all in the distance. I'm sure by just the silhouette and the shape, I'll be able to ID it. And I think my only other falcon or raptor here was a kestrel, and I was like, oh, brilliant. Okay, so I tried looking at the detail as I was filming, and then it suddenly occurred to me, that looks very common kestrel. And it's amazing the number of European type birds you get over here, Eurasian birds. And as far as I'm concerned, I checked it out, Vietnam does get them. So common kestrel, blah-de-blah. Another plane. Yeah, coming down here. I did that stupid thing where I'd hit record when I'd already pressed stop. I'm forgetting how to think. Forgetting how to think. I pressed record when I thought I wasn't recording. It was already recording from the previous session. So I didn't actually record this grey wagtail that had a bit of a different layout of its yellows and greys. So might be a subspecies. I've got just about enough of a still from that before it goes on to record for 4 minutes to maybe find out what it is. One of those Stains. Bulbuls just landed there. Sorry, it's so hot. I've got this constant ripple of water going down my back. Hands are sweaty holding the camera, trying to focus on things. And then in here, very showy, I think it's a tiger T-I-A-G-A, something like that, flycatcher, T-A-I-G-A, flycatcher. Like the Asian brown, but with a longer tail, a bit of brown on the back. So I handheld that first and then set the tripod up, and then it started jumping in front of, on bits with branches in front of it, so I couldn't get a straight shot. But very showy, it was nice. I already knew I almost certainly had it in Hanoi. So the only thing would have been drongo out here. But at least there's some action here. I might come here for a walk in the morning because it might be a different story in the morning. Mornings are always better. So get up early before the breakfast and the flight. Anything else I need to recall? No, I think we've covered it. There's lots of tailor birds flying around, plain mooniers. I might stay here for 10 more minutes. But everyone's super friendly. School kids, how you doing? People on bikes, how you doing? Hello. So I'm sure they've, I don't know if I'll get any kind of problems for YouTube, but I'm sure I've heard more than once when people going by me, guai, which is the Chinese kind of slightly derogatory term for white folk. And I'm sure I've heard that here a couple of times, very distinctive. So maybe the Vietnamese say it, or maybe these people are Chinese as well. I don't care. It's funny. Anyway, back to Kuala Lumpur tomorrow for Fraser's Hill, where I hope to double the species list. Okay, good night, guys. Just enjoying this lovely countryside. The lovely sunset. La 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 la. I wonder if there's anything else to see. I've had some good luck with seeing weird things. Anything else weird to see? What's that splashing? What the? Say what? Say what? Yo. Hey guys. Happy as a horned cow in, yeah. Yo. That's what you do after a hot day, eating the grass. Hello. Well, that was an epic little morning walk. Probably only just an hour and 10 minutes. Definitely a morning place. Yeah, I mean it was okay last night. I'm not complaining, but yeah, noticeably a few more things here when I did my morning walk before the flight. Flight's at 1 o'clock, so I don't want to waste. I get every hour in I can, any excuse. So anyway, we came back to this sort of allotment area with the farm and the tree line, and let's start here where I found out last night that bird that I thought it was some sort of flycatcher was actually female durian redstart, according to the white patches on the wings. Maybe if I'd got it at the front I wouldn't have seen that, so I got the back with the little white sort of patches on the wings. So I got the male on the river and the female here. I've looked around, I didn't see them today, male or female. Right, it's probably best if I look through my camera trying to keep up with everything. So la 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 la. Right, I'm going to sing for a little while until I get to the. Right, okay, that's the red star from last night. So yeah, we got. I mean, there's prenias. I mean, they're everywhere. There's these plain prenias. Sometimes they're a bit skittish, and sometimes they will land just sort of 15 feet away and sing and land on a fence post or a bit of log. And the stone chats are out in force, all in different plumages. Male stone chat. Yeah, there was one with the full black head top, but it's too distant. This one was a better quality one, and another stone chat. I was just checking everything. I knew it would be a sparrow, but it turned out to be a stone chat and a sparrow. Because just once you get to an area, you learn all these flocks of birds coming out of the farm are in there picking seeds and things like that. And then the the Chinese wagtails, little juvenile there, and then a very, very clear, definitive adult. You can see the difference between our one and the one here. Yeah, the white patches around the head, it jumps out. I remember when I saw a wagtail in, like, say, Agadir in Morocco, it was like, that looks different to ours, and it did turn out to be a subspecies. So yeah, Kez is hanging about on a tree there, and briefly I flicked my head to the left and I saw it's a bit of a scuffle in the air, and it was the Kez. It was very obviously the Kez, and I could straight away, I knew what was going on. The bigger bird below it, whiter, was, I assume, I only saw it from the back, but I'm pretty much sure it's the white-shouldered kite. Chased it off into the tree line there, and I better keep an eye. That's another raptor. That's circling quite. I will keep an eye on that. But anyway, why I'm saying this is some sort of harrier did fly. Misty is misty today, as you can see. Did fly over, very, very much bigger. And if it was in the UK, I'd have been thinking, oh, it's like a ringtail or a Western harrier or something from America. So over here, I'm assuming it's some sort of Eastern harrier, their version. I'm hoping, because then it will be a little lifer. And so the white wag, and yeah, just had a little go at the Chinese geese again. They're called Chinese geese, domestic geese. They're not wild, so they can't be claimed. And I heard a little kind of screech thing in a tree about midway down, and kept an eye out for it, preening again, and was looking in the tree and then something flew off. A light grey bird landed on the wire. Hello, a wryneck again. So yeah, 2 different spots in Hanoi now. I've got a wryneck. Fantastic. Yeah, the rule is I handhold for several seconds to show I got it, and then switch to tripod, but it was gone before I could switch to tripod into the distance. Yeah. Oh, and the pipits. Now, I don't know if they're the same ones as in Halong, but I managed to grab some sound in the BirdNet app, and it came up almost certain, Richard's pipit. So hopefully that's cleared up the confusion and the debate about which pipits they are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are great white egrets. 3 of them flew over. I'll examine on the computer to see if there's any coloration difference. The tree sparrows are everywhere. And yeah, the drongos, the black drongos, I found out. I'm sure that's what they are. I can't see any other type of drongo. Just going to check this. I'm sure it's the Kez. Yeah, it's like white up against the white background, and yeah, Kez. So where was I? Yeah, blah blah blah. Yeah, the drongos. Pretty much sure it's the drongo. And just before I came back, my last little move down here, is that recording? Yep. One landed a bit closer, so I got a little bit closer footage. Nothing to write home about, but just to see a bit more detail. And then, sure, it was I was like, oh, is that a brown shrike or some other shrike or the long-tailed shrike? And got it on this tree at the very end. Came back down and saw it again. And then again, I'm like, you know, I'm still not 100% familiar with the brown shrike and and then I saw the long tail and went, oh yeah, I remember now. The long tailed shrike's got that color, really jumps out at you, and the tail is really long. Yo. Some sheep are being, goats, is it goats or sheep? Goats? Yeah, goats are being lifted upside down and put into bags. Yeah, scaly-breasted moonias again. They seem to be everywhere. Good old scalies. Yeah, and like I say, the long-tailed shrike, and yeah, brown-tailed gave me some, you know, I mean, not very, very close, but decently showy for some video. Sooty-headed bulbuls. There's a little flock of them here. Yeah, so I think that covers it. Yeah, so we better go breakfast, pack, and back to Kuala Lumpur and Fraser's Hill. So let's hope Fraser's Hill is as spectacular as they say, because it's going to be the first place that is going to be proper bird watching, specifically for bird watching. And I mean, I got some. Why is my phone? Is it okay? My phone, I can't check my phone what it is. Well, it's probably, I think it was something like 115 species, and I think we're up to about 64, 65 lifers. So again, for not actually going to any specific bird areas and just doing the urban stuff, it's like Silence of the Lambs, isn't it? That's pretty good. Anyway, we're going to go before there's some sort of like chaos here. Yikes. Oh, let's just say thank you, Vietnam. It's been a great pleasure. I hope you'll have me back.